worst celebrity that has came to Mafiathon 3, Mariah Carey.
Damn.
And I only say Mariah Carey because I feel like her intentions was to promote her album, and I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because business, you gotta respect good business. You feel what I'm saying? But what was the exchange for us? Like, I know she didn't want to sing.
Tell us Loki putting himself on blast for saying this, bro. I don't know if this was the best move to say, even though it is true, you know? Like, me personally, bro.
Amen.
Yo, YouTube, today reacting to Kai reaching 1 million subs proved what's wrong with streaming. Video by Amazing. Let's see what this is all about. Let's get into it. Let's go. W Kai, bro. Nah, W Mans, bro.
Over the weekend, Cenat did what.
Nah, this is insane, bro. Honestly, guys, you had to be there. But nah, it's such a good feeling for him. And I'm so happy for him, honestly, bro. W Cenat, bro. He's like, if you look at all the streamers out there and you see, like, who's doing the right thing and also just who's just the more positive person, I'm just so happy it's him, bro. And just even just being a black man, bro, this shit's just so inspirational to see, bro. W Kai, for real.
A lot of people thought was the unthinkable. And it's not just breaking the all-time subs record on Twitch, which he held, but shattering it by crossing over that 1 million threshold. He did something
actually crazy
that puts a lot of people in a pickle and a conundrum with their feelings and emotions behind it, because while he did the greatest thing in the world, he also did something that he'll never do again and a lot of people should never look to do again. I think Cenat has redefined the whole landscape of what streaming is. As I look across streaming nowadays and I see the big guests that come on these different platforms, while I do think that there are people that have done it before him, the way that...
No, he's definitely changed the game completely. You know, he's taken IRL content. He's taken desktop streaming content just to a different level, bro.
Cenat has made it just a normality to integrate these different celebrities into your streams. Can only be seen not just in his streams that he puts on, but in the rest of the streaming community as a whole.
Damn, how much time does that take?
Because Neon is he is a part owner of Motherland now, of the casino, and I also am very happy that you're in business with me because we're going to play the casino.
I'm going to do a good job, I promise. I'm not going to let you down.
I think you will.
Because now it's like, you're my friend, so like...
Even though I let you down today with this day.
No.
But I'm going to make it up to you.
No, of course.
But yes, I wanted
Is that Iggy and Neon, bro? I would have never thought of, never imagined such a collab.
to get you a beautiful cake, and it's cookies and cream flavor.
I looked at the guest list of this past Mafiathon, and I counted a total of 46 different celebrities that crossed through on any webcam that was placed in Cenat's house.
That's insane.
It's 46 motivational speeches, 46 helmet slaps with the noodle, 46 times that an A-list celebrity has been on Cenat's platform. And I think it's so
crazy
interesting seeing how during this stretch Jimmy Kimmel got canceled, albeit for political reasons.
And honestly, that's why he's the GOAT, bro. He's taken, just say 3 years from now, bro. Streaming is just not what it was, bro. Tell me 3 years ago anyone would have said 46 A-list celebrities would have been on a streaming site, bro. On Twitch, bro. It's crazy to see.
But Cenat having these 46 celebrities in 29 days, it shows that there's going to be this shift and crossover from the mainstream media and what people are looking at, and now going into the new day and age where the streamer and the celebrity are looking at each other as equal. And to be quite honest with you, there is conversation about streamers
not even as equals, bro. Even more as equals, bro. There's like some people now, they're getting to that stage now that they're kind of low-key like begging Kai, yo, can I get on stream just so he can help me? We just saw, what's it called? Mariah Carey coming to Kai's stream promoting her new album, bro. Isn't that insane to think about, bro? Like how these guys, low-key, Kai's hype is so high, bro. You know, so many people know him and his influence is so huge to the point that now artists are looking for him as promo. Crazy.
not needing the celebrity as much as the celebrity needing the streamer.
Hi, chat.
Oh my god.
Oh
Crazy that I said that, hey.
my gosh!
It's my album cover, my new album cover.
Mariah's album cover. September 26th, so this month.
Yeah, the homie out here working hard doing 30-day subs. He got like people like Kim and Mariah and them coming on. These niggas didn't give this nigga nothing. He trying to get to 1 million subs, Kim. Mariah.
What is Ray J's addiction with the black and white cam, bro? Stop, bro. It's 2025. Please stop.
Aya, John Legend, all y'all niggas. When Lemmy came from Zeus, him with the baddies, they probably give like 30 bands. I gifted like 15,000 a night. That's because we happy to be on the platform and we supporting him, just like he's supporting y'all. Where y'all gifts at? He trying to get to 1 million. All y'all should gift the homie at least 50,000.
The worst celebrity that has came to Mafiathon 3, Mariah Carey. Damn. And I only say Mariah Carey because I feel like her intentions was to promote her album, and I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because business is business. You gotta respect good business. You feel what I'm saying? But what was the exchange for us? Like, I know she didn't want to sing.
Tell us Loki putting himself on blast for saying this, bro. I don't know if this was the best move to say, even though it is true, you know? Like, me personally, bro, this is like a chicken wing challenge, bro. The hot wings, bro, I just would have taken the wing, not gonna lie.
I know she didn't want to dance, you feel what I'm saying? But I feel like Kai, he held up his end of the burger. She promoted her album. Kai spoke to the kids. He did everything that he wanted. He did everything that probably was her team attentions and her attentions. And I feel like it wasn't really nothing in exchange. If you're gonna come on Mafiathon, you feel what I'm saying?
Now, I do think to give Mariah Carey some grace, she isn't some big bubbly personality. She's more of the diva, the old school R&B aesthetic. But it does open up a very interesting talking point in question. Are we reaching the point where...
That's why Kai's the meta, bro. He's the new hack. If you want the youth, if you want to know what the kids are watching, you want to become trendy, bro, Kai's the way, bro. Honestly, because, you know, Mariah Carey, yeah, she's cool. Yeah, she's the GOAT of her time for sure. But a lot of new people, a lot of these new kids, bro, this new generation, Gen Z and Gen Alphas now, you know, I don't think they really tapped into Mariah Carey like that.
Where these, you know, legacy acts, these celebrities need these streamers who have been, for all intents and purposes, traditionally be considered nerds, losers, dorks, or whatever the case may be. Do they need them more than the streamer needs the celebrity? Just a couple years ago, this conversation wouldn't have even been entertained because this was all a YouTube pipe dream, a Twitch pipe dream, you know, some young kid's wildest fantasy to think that they could even get this type of celebrity on their stream. But nowadays, we are genuinely having to ask the conversation. Maybe not Mariah Carey. Maybe you think that Mariah Carey could sell an album all by herself. But at what level do we get to where the celebrity...
She definitely could, but just like I said, the audience would be much different, you know?
Needs Kai more than Kai needs the celebrity. Now, I do think that situation was remedied when Snoop Dogg called Cenat and talked about how he would essentially donate 50,000 subs to him.
Oh, Snoop calling me. Yo, Snoop.
That's my dude.
I got 50,000 subs for you when you ready for them.
You Cap, man. I'm with Kevin right now.
I ain't Cap, nigga.
What's up, man?
Kevin Gates, what's up, player?
I'm cool, big brother. What's happening with you?
Man, you the coldest to do it, brother. I love your
Man, you the coldest.
Snoop, on the other hand, different case, bro. Snoop has been relevant for a long time. Till this day, bro. Bro, Snoop Dogg is never gonna die, bro. He just, I don't know. He's just like that old head that's always knows what's new, what's poppin', and he's never dissed the young generation. If anything, he's always uplifted us and, you know, always pushed new figures forward. W Snoop.
The dude, hey, you the smoothest to do it. I don't care what you say, you the smoothest.
Your intellect, your dialect, and your motherfucking prospect.
Hey, this motherfucker.
He literally sounds like an old head. That's so crazy. But I'm glad that Snoop Dogg is giving back to Cenat, showing love for the younger creators, because I understand, one, how impossible this seemed not too long ago, and two, how some of the older acts used to diss some of the younger acts coming up. Recognizing that this is the new wave is going to do nothing but...
Exactly what I was saying, bro. What I'm trying to say is I just think that the old gens are in a stage where some of them, not all, Snoop is definitely not one of these guys, but a lot of them just try and undermine the new generation. The best example I can think of off head is kind of like when mumble rap just started to take off in the scene, bro. Where you're seeing a lot of these old heads being like, bro, this is not real rap, bro. You guys are just mumbling. And now look where it's become, bro. Autotune is like, who doesn't use autotune, bro? Mumbling, dude. Look at Cardi right now, the #1 rapper. And all he does is mumble, bro. So it's just like, it's just a new wave. And you gotta either catch the wave or be left behind.
benefit the entire content creation economy. Like the community as a whole will benefit from all the different genuine collaborations between streamer and between, you know, celebrity, traditional celebrity. And speaking of the community, Cenat also shifted the entirety of the community. And I'm talking about from an onlooker's perspective as to how they view Mafiathon. People were literally saying, yo, screw sleep, gang. I need to watch Mafiathon.
Anybody else's sleep schedule super crazy right now because of Mafiathon 3. Late nights, early mornings, logging on to Twitch. It's a problem.
Prepare to be sick of me. I set an alarm. Cenat is back.
Kai wakes up every morning at 10 a.m.
This was definitely me for the Drewski Kevin Hart Cenat stream, bro. That's almost like the Super Bowl for me, bro. Like that third stream for me. That was the last one too, bro. Like that's a master, bro. I am not sleepy. You gotta see that.
He goes to bed at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you need to start catching up on sleep.
I think when you get into a place in a space where people are changing their routines for you, I'm talking about old school, like American
That's crazy.
Idol days, Big Brother, Survivor days, where people were saying to themselves, yo, I've got to be in my house and in my living room by a certain time to catch this show. Your impact is undeniable at that point. And it's also amazing because this is like a continuous subathon. Like this isn't a one-off thing. This isn't a, hey, I'm coming on at 8 o'clock. People were...
And I'm sure it's fun for all those guys in high school too, you know? Because, like, I came from a generation where before we would still watch TV, so we could at least chat about, you know, the new reality show on TV and then talk about it in school with friends. And that just kind of died once, like, Netflix and Hulu and all these streaming sites came out. So, like, now getting to, like, see Mafiathon and just having to, like, be there and like get to talk about it the next day, you know, I think that's kind of lit, not gonna lie.
Changing their entire days around this just to consume whatever madness that happened. Now, just because Cenat did all of these great and groundbreaking things doesn't mean that it did not come with some, you know, downsides of it. I think a lot of people looked at this Mafiathon and saw that collaboration is key. Hell, it even caused somebody like DDG, J5, and Deshae Frost to form their own group in an attempt to, you know, get this type of collaboration game up, get this type of momentum up, get more streaming clips, more highlights, because they understand based off of watching Cenat and some of the others that being in a group setting is probably the best way to go about doing it. But they've got to understand that all that glitters isn't gold when forming some sort of group. Being reliant on these people is not the best way to go about making content, especially if the group chemistry isn't there. I think one of the things that I learned from Mafiathon 3 is that you got to have the right set of people. Not to go back into this point, but we've dropped plenty of videos during this Mafiathon talking about and highlighting how bad the Clover Boys were.
I don't have everybody here for no reason. I'm dead ass reward. Like, y'all not here for a month just to, like, I'm gonna, when the days is over, you know me, bro. I literally take care of whoever helped me. I have rewards for y'all niggas, bro. So like when y'all not doing shit, I'm like, damn, what's the point? Call that 30? Fuck up. Look, yo, come on, get out.
This was really bad. For you guys that didn't see this, this was Dez, one of Kai's boys, said the F word on Twitch, bro. And that's just it's an offense. It's an offense that can get you banned. And that should not be said, you know? So it's just stupid when you see homies that should be supporting you when you're doing such a big feat, just pushing you down and kind of defaming your name.
Get the fuck out, gang.
90% of the time, it feels like Kai's babysitting his friends, little-eyed. Group of people, but they all can't get their act together. Somebody's either fighting, somebody's crashing.
But low-key, it's also a bit, bro. I think it's kind of cool to see the whole, like, family dynamic, you know, with, like, Rakai, Ray, and Tota. With Kai, you know, just being that, like, father figure and, like, trying to beat them up, chasing them around the house, like, full, like, Tom and Jerry style, bro. It's a funny bit.
You know, somebody's beefing.
I feel like at this point, Kai should just like kick them out because you spoke to Ray how many times? Everybody else want to sleep. Everybody else want to get high. Reggie got a health issue. Just send them all home.
I do think collaboration can be very powerful, but just as a PSA to anybody that's looking to hop into streaming, get these collaborations up, because I'm also seeing India Love talking about starting her own group of women streamers. You just got to make sure that the foundation is correct. Like, this is not a game for the bag. This is a situation where it actually benefits you to do very genuine friendships, put
And I agree with that definitely. You know, don't just collab for the sake of collabing, you know? You gotta really know who you're collabing with and what these people are doing, or can low-key, you know, kick you in the back. First example I can think of is look at Jason right now, bro. I think remember when you had David on stream and they made the really cool song together, and now look what's going on with him, bro. Now everyone's looking at Jason like, yo, this is your man? This is your man? What's going on, you know? So guys, make sure, don't just collab with anyone. Get to know who they are, see if you actually fuck with them, and understand if you guys see eye to eye in like at least the morals.
Them on camera and then go from there making the content. And speaking of bag, I think that that's another complaint or criticism that a lot of people are having with this Mafiathon, is that the bag is not going unnoticed. Cenat went to different levels this year. I'm talking about how crazy this Mafiathon was. People can't imagine ever matching that.
This wait. So this was all like convoluted and shit like
that here? Yeah, you got called early for a reason.
Bro, this Mafiathon was crazy.
It's yours, bro. You work hard as shit. It's the last
Had
one
to be
too.
there.
Used to watch your streams when streams of income couldn't hold the bills. Back when protein powder mixed with water was my only meal.
For two specific reasons. One, I mean, it's Kai. Nothing really to say there. But two, the corporate presence was really felt. A lot of the subs, and a lot of people were confused about this, but a lot of the subs were gained by corporations and sponsors. There's a big argument that it does take a level of genuineness out of the streaming game, but I know that that's what it takes in order to get to these levels. I just don't want people going out there thinking that, yo, this is something that can be duplicated and replicated. You should probably take very meaningful and intentional sponsorships in order to further.
I disagree with this point, Amazing. You know, I'm very much under the fact that you guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do, you know? And if one guy can do it, so can the next man, bro. Like, I don't say, that's not to say copy the next guy or copy Cenat word for word, but be inspired, bro. If he can do this, you know, he's not better than you, bro. He wasn't born to be this star, bro. He's just the guy who grinded, you know, me and you know, he's no different to the rest of us. So you guys can do whatever you want, you know. I don't believe that just because you see a guy reach this, like that's the peak, you know. No one should ever get this, or no one should ever attempt to get this, you know. It's like, yeah, bro, like Usain Bolt, he's the fastest man alive. That doesn't mean niggas should stop running now. Should just give up on running 100 meters. His thing will be beat. I don't know when. Someday it will be beat. And same with Kai, bro. I do believe it will be beat. I don't know by who. I don't know by when, but I think it will be. I don't think this is like a... It is crazy to see it happen, but it's not so far from the truth that no one else can replicate it.
Your content creation endeavors forward, but don't look at Mafiathon as like, hey, I can get these corporate sponsors too. Otherwise, you'll just feel like TV. You'll feel unauthentic. You'll feel like one big ad. And I know we're surrounded by just ads and everybody's tired of it. And speaking of being surrounded by something, I think that that was one of the other complaints that came out of Mafia.
So you can do it. Let me rephrase. You can do anything you want to do, but be authentic to you, you know? Nobody wants a copycat. We already have a Cenat, you know, be you.
Is that this is the spark of the oversaturation era where a lot of content is going to be weeded out.
Brother, don't you want to grow? Of course I do. But I'm going to be honest, bro. I feel like streaming is super oversaturated. Everyone's already seen everyone do everything. And I feel like streaming needs to go back to 2021. So I'm going to give you 2021. That's just my opinion. Y'all have already, I'm gonna be real, bro. Let's talk about it. Y'all have already seen everything.
YouTube commentator Ludwig made me realize how stacked.
I don't agree with that take, you know? I don't believe we've seen everything, you know? Like, don't limit yourself, bro, you know? Don't put yourself in a box and then have to live with those rules, you know? You think Kai was living in a place like, oh, I've seen everything? No. Now we have new segments, new things in general, bro. The world is gonna keep progressing, you know?
This next month is about to be. First, you have Mafiathon ending. Then you have Phase the Subathon Part 2 coming. You also have Speed's America Tour, which is going into the month of October as well. And then you have Ludwig's My League streams. It is the craziest month of content 24/7, and it's at the top of top when it comes to production. And honestly, it's too much. I think a lot of people are getting burnt out with how corporate streaming has gotten as a whole, but the fact that it's always on as well, meaning that there's more moments, but also simultaneously, there's nothing moments as well. Nothing feels special anymore. Nothing feels like a moment. It just feels like a bunch of smaller moments. If I miss this one, I can get to the next one. And to be honest with you, it's not really sustainable. This is going to create a burnout from two different entities. One, from the audience perspective of viewing just this much content, this many collaborations, this much in and out, this much back and forth, this much drama. And then two, from a content creator's perspective, being always on, jumping from one subathon to the next subathon to the next subathon to the next subathon. It can create situations in which your body will literally shut down and hospitalize you because you just don't know when the next time you'll be able to stop. So
Yeah, bro, I hope Blackboy Max is okay, bro. The last time we saw him or heard of him, this dude, his whole body shut down, dude. He was in hospital. Crazy stuff, bro. Hope he's okay.
Your body will make you stop. It should serve as an inspiration, but I don't think that a lot of people can and will be able to achieve the things that Kai has done, or hell, any of these other streamers have been able to accomplish in this last Mafiathon 3. I actually don't even think it's something that he'll be looking to accomplish again. Sure, Streamer University is going to be big coming into next year.
It's going to be lit.
This is something that is unprecedented and something that should not look to be replicated for a lot of people. But with that being said, there's definitely some positive takeaways from this.
The inspiration you giving, even people that's older than you, is unreal, bro. You know, your path has been even more just like unique, and no one's gone down it. Both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? So congrats to you, bro.
Thank you so much, bro.
And everybody watching, just know, you know, this shit we out here having.
And that's all it is, honestly, bro. I think Cenat's more of a inspiration story than like a superhero figure story of, oh, he's the greatest, we can never do such a thing, bro. I think it's more of an inspirational thing of anyone can do this shit, you know? The world is your oyster.
Fun, man.
I think that Cenat single-handedly has transformed the entire entertainment landscape. He's made streaming and content creation a viable option for a lot of different entities. I was looking back at old YouTube videos a couple of days ago, and I'm thinking about the Ryan Higas of the world, old Marquez Brownlee, old Casey Neistat. There were times where this was considered a hobby. This was considered, you know, something not to be taken seriously. Home movies posted on the internet. YouTube was considered a platform where you posted your cat videos, and Twitch was just for weirdos to play League of Legends and World of Warcraft. But because of Cenat, the doors have been opened as to what is obtainable and what is possible. Now, I think a lot of people don't realize how great and how crazy what Cenat is doing. I know this is something that he couldn't even imagine as he was doing his ding dong ditch videos back in college. But with that being said, you can take a lot of
But I also think it's great that like we're not back in that time now, you know? We're in a place now that if you do make it, this can become your job, bro. You genuinely get to escape and not have to like go to work and do a 9 to 5, which a lot of people, at least coming up, don't feel like they need to do, bro. If you can start your own business, bro, and making content can become your business, honestly, I can't hate on it, honestly. I think that's the dream, at least for most people, and I'm really happy that now we're living in a time where just talking to the camera, literally just talking to the camera, talking to you guys, connecting to thousands of people across the world without physically having to be there, can now become a means of at least a way for people to make money, bro. It's beautiful to see, bro. I'm so happy that I'm living in this time right now, 2025, bro. It's great to see.
Notes from this and add this to your own creative success. And one of the main takeaways that I took from this is that you can do a lot of these things by yourself. I know his team is relatively small, and I know a lot of this stuff is backed by his own dollars. Now, granted, there's a lot of branding that's going on in this Mafiathon, but a lot of this stuff is coming from his own head. Like, a lot of this stuff is still small. It's homegrown. It's local. This isn't some big, massive corporation telling him to go here, do this, say that. He is still staying authentic to his true self while still doing things that are unobtainable in order to kick down doors for the next streamer, the next content creator, the next TikTok star to come through. I think this Mafiathon is one for the ages, and I think it also serves a cautionary tale for anybody coming up behind Cenat. Hey, you can do anything and everything, but don't fall for the same traps or don't get swallowed into this content game, because it can chew you up and spit you out alive. Some of this stuff is made for the one of ones, and with all due respect, Kai is one of one.
Yeah, man. W video. All right, amazing. I kind of see what you're talking about. I don't agree with all your points, but you know, great video indeed, bro. I think it was a good recap on Mafiathon 3 and Kai Cenat's journey and what he's done, what he's just done to the culture in general, bro. I think he's just shown everyone that you can really do whatever you want to do by yourself and, you know, create your own business, dude. I think that's the best thing to do, bro. I'm really a fan of entrepreneurship and people doing things on their own and not thinking that if they don't want a job, you don't need a job, bro. And there's nothing wrong with having a job either, but I think it's just great to see him encouraging the youth and even old heads, you know, to get outside, step outside and to chase their dreams, bro. That's the game. At least he's inspired me. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. Alright gang, just want to appreciate you guys for watching the video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed yourself, please hit that like button. It helps me a lot. And please guys, also subscribe to the channel. We're still on our goal to 100 subs, so please do me that favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that noti bell. Alright guys, I really appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.
Amen.